Hello, beautiful people. It's a girl Genie and it's Genie's signature. So I welcome you all to my channel today. If this is your first time of coming to my channel, I highly welcome you all. So this is what we'll be making today. The concentration is just going to be on the upper part, that is the top. So if this is what you're interested in, please sit back, relax, and enjoy it. Yeah. So this is the inspiration, and I'll be showing you what I made shortly. It came out nice. Like I said, if this is what you're interested in, sit back, relax, and enjoy it. So thank you to all my amazing subscribers. I really appreciate every one of you. So that was the inspiration, and this was the one I made. It came out very beautiful as well. So for the trouser part, the palazzo trouser, I made use of a sunray fabric. You know, this fabric that's like pleated, but it's the small pleats that I made use of. Yeah. So I made use of this color combination to bring out the real beauty of this beautiful piece. So I already have many people requesting for this beautiful top and trousers. So if this is what you're interested in, please sit back, relax, and let's enjoy it. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? It's virtually free. Please kindly hit on the subscribe button. Click on that red button so that you'll be notified anytime I give you an upload. Thank you all and God bless you. So without wasting any more time, I'll be going over to the cutting table very soon. So like I said, the concentration is going to be on the top because I already have several tutorials on how to cut a palazzo trouser. So now I'm going to be folding my fabric into two. I've already done that. And in fact, I didn't know the camera was not rolling as at the point I was doing this. So sorry it was not that visible, but this is going to be a princess dart bustier. So if you know how to draft a princess dart bustier, just go ahead and do the necessaries. So I've gotten my bust point, chest point on the bust and the full length of the top, which is 26 inches. So depending on what you want, you can go ahead and do that. So I divided the nipple to nipple into two, and then I added half an inch on the first line, and then the other lines, the waist on the bust and the full line, full length of the gown, I made use of my normal nipple to nipple divided by 2. And then for the darts, I used 1.5 inches. So depending on how big you are, you can use 2 inches, 2.5 or 1.5. So I went out to my armhole and then I got the midpoint and then I'm connecting it to meet my middle, the princess, the nipple to nipple divided by 2 in the middle. So that's what I did. And then from the armhole, I came down by 1.5 inches for the armhole dart, and then I connected like that. So if you feel this is not well, like it's not clear enough, please just check out my tutorial on how to cut a princess dart posterior. You're going to be glad you did. So it's basically exactly what I did on that other one that I'm doing here. It's just that I didn't have a marker. I would have done this on a paper before transferring to my fabric. So I discovered my marker was empty, so that's why I just had to draft directly on this like this. So please feel free to check out the other tutorials on how to do that. So I'm dividing my bust by 4, and then I added my sewing allowances and then the darts that I used. So to the waistline, I'll divide by 4, add my darts, and then add my sewing allowances. So for the length of the top, I'll be dividing my hip measurement by 4, add back the dart, and then add my sewing allowances as well. So I'll connect all those lines together like so. So for the neckline, I just I did 3.5 inches for the neck width, and then for the neck depth for the front, I made use of 4.5 inches. So I'll basically, so for that part that has that gap in the front, that V pointed part, I'm just going to be maintaining my waistline as the length of the gap. But if you want yours not to be too high, you can come down. So I'll just go in by 2 inches from the top length like so, and then slant it down like this. So that's how I'll be cutting out my own. We all have different ways in which we can achieve this. If you still want, you can still slit that middle part into two and then cut it out, yeah, but I'm comfortable with the way it is now, so I'll just make do with this method. Thank you. So I'm cutting this out, cut out the neckline, and then I'll cut out the darts. So we have our middle part, and then I'm going to be notching the underbust so that when I'm sewing it, I will not be running into problem. So I'll cut out my side cuts like this, as you can see. So this is what we have. So don't forget to cut that other part that has that design. So that is what we have. So you can see when you open it up, it's going to be like this. So now we are through with the front piece. So I'm going to be setting this aside, and then we're going to be cutting the back pieces. So I made use of a crepe fabric. So for the back piece, add your zipper allowance and then go for your basic bodice. Divide your shoulder by 2, come down by 1 inch for your arm shoulder slant. You get your armhole, and then you connect all the lines together. You divide your armhole by 2 to get the midpoint, and then divide your bust by 4, and then add your sewing allowances, and then you connect your armhole. And then you get your half length, that is your shoulder to your waist. Okay, you get your neck depth and then neck width. For the neck depth for the back, I made use of 1 inch. For the neck width, I made use of the same thing. So I got my half length for my back, and then divided my waist by 4, added 1 inch for that, and then sewing allowance. Connect like so. Then you go to the length of the top, and then you impute your hip measurements with sewing allowances as well. So I'm removing the zipper bulginess. I came in by half an inch from my waistline, and then I'll slant up, and then I'll slant down. And then for my dart, I'll take in my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, mark it on all the lines, the chest line, waistline, and then the hip line like so. And then on the waistline, I'll go in by half inch, and then from the hip line, I'll go up by 3 inches. And then I'll connect all the necessary. So this is the kind of dart I'll be putting for this my top. And then I'll go ahead to cut it out. So you can see that the back is quite easy to do. And so I'll go ahead and then cut all of this out on my lining, because I'll be lining this. Now before then, I'm going to be doing that design we have by the side. So just place the front on the side like this, and then go up by 2 inches or 3 inches, and then you slant it inwards like so, and then you cut it out. So this is what we have. So I'll go ahead and cut off my lining. Okay, now I have to cut out the sleeves. The sleeve is going to be bogus, it's not going to be tight. So I'll fold into 4 because I want to cut out the 2 sleeves at the same time. So the length of the sleeve is going to be 12 inches. You add 1 inch for sewing allowance, that will give you 13 inches. So now just go ahead and cut out a basic sleeve. The only difference is that you make the round sleeve free. You don't want it tight as you saw on the thumbnail and as you saw that I showed you now. So the round sleeve is not going to be tight. When taking the measurement, take it loose like this. So you go ahead and impute that. So just cut out a basic sleeve and then make sure the round sleeve is bogus. That's just the truth. And then you go ahead to cut it out like so. So this is what we have. So let me go ahead and cut out the lining and then I'll be back to show you. So I'm going ahead to cut out the lining for them. So this is what I have for the back. I didn't see the exact shade of this lining, so I had to go for this. So these are the front pieces. So when I had to cut out the lining, I've ironed my stay on the front panels. I didn't iron it at the back because my stay got exhausted. And I've added my bra foam. So I'll just go ahead and then join all this together. I'll join the fabric separately and then the linings separately. So you just place like this. You know how we join our bustier and our princess that bustier. So just go ahead and do that. So I'll take it to my sewing machine and then go and join it. And then I'll be back to show you. So I've gone ahead to do that and this is what we have. And then I've used the lining to turn it out as well. So you can see the inside. So you need to sew it like that. And I joined it on the shoulders as well. When I had to put my darts for the back as well. So I'll place right sides facing each other like this and then go ahead and close it out and I'll be back. So I've gone ahead to do that. I've closed it out. You know, it's a very simple top and I didn't want to waste much time with it. I've not given it a press here, but it came out nice. Thank you all and God bless you. See you all in my next